Greetings. One of the things I did some years ago now is an analog clock with the hands as they go round, showing the seconds, the minutes and the hour. It works, and I'll put a link to the video in the description if I remember. One of the things outstanding is a digital clock. Now, I've done a Google search for vv.net and digital clock. I've got 500,000 responses, and from what I can see, none of them are what I want. What I wanted was to break it down into a number being components. A lot of the responses in the 500,000 pages returned are just basically putting the time details into a text box, which works, but it wasn't what I wanted. So what I did, I started to play, as I tend to do. What I got is, or what I ended up with, I should say, is this. Now, if you look at this text box here, this is 19th of October this year, and that's the current hour, minute and seconds. That's easy. That's just putting now brackets into a text box, and that works. That's fine. Not what I wanted. And what I wanted was the bit underneath where you break all the numbers into horizontal bars and vertical bars. So you've got 3 horizontal bars and you have 2 vertical bars at the top and then 2 vertical bars at the bottom, so a total of 7. I wanted to break down each number into 7 components that I can build up dynamically depending on the number that I'm trying to show. As you can see, this is the minutes and the seconds. This was me playing, experimenting with what works and what doesn't work. All very well. What I needed to do was put the hours in as well. So what I did, I played a bit more and came up with this. So we now have 1936 and some seconds, and we have 1936 and some seconds. Yes, I can play with this. Yes, I can put colons in, but what I've got here is the 6 digits that I was looking for, broken down into what I would call a digital clock format, not just a straight number. So this bit works. And then I thought, oh, okay, I want to get carried away a bit. What happens if I want to get it smaller? I can. This slide bar here, this scroll bar I should say, you can shrink it. You don't want to shrink it too much because you start mucking around and you almost get to the point where you can't make it out anymore. But it's dynamic up to a point, and you can make it bigger obviously, and that is now too big. So we've got about 1937 and 20 something seconds. All of that bit works. I have no reason to do anything else with it really. Effectively, if I wanted to shrink this, then what I would end up doing is shrinking the whole form. You probably end up with something that says this kind of deal, and then you could park it up there, leave it just running in the background. that kind of thing. But this 6-digit one now replaces this 4-digit one over here. So I'm quite pleased with this. Oh, the code for the 4 digits ended up being, it was all working code, experimenting code. This ended up being about 500 lines of code. I've now changed this, made it a little more clever, and I think I've chopped half the code off, so I'm 250 or 300 lines of code now, all of which I'm quite pleased with. So we have a digital clock that works. Yes, if you wanted a different format, you could make it a different color. You could put colons in to separate. Yes, you could play with it a little bit, but I've now broken the essential part of the work, which is what effectively I wanted to do. Thank you very much. That's me for now. Bye.